Hello, and welcome to the first installment of our Gangster Relationship Guide. I'm Mike.
And I'm Kenn. This experience will be roughly 10 minutes in length, and we will explore 5 key elements of the conflict that is a daily occurrence in any self-respecting gangster's life.
Today we will be analyzing a specific instance in the gangster, Jules Winfield's, life. This situation will take us through 5 interpersonal relationship stages that we've previously studied.
These relationship stages are initiation, conflict, problem, maintenance, and termination. Thankfully, we have captured a perfect example of these stages of a relationship in Jules Winfield's life on film. Let's get started.
Throughout this entire video, Jules and his relationship partner Brett traverse the helical model of relationships. As you will see, Jules and Brett are in a downward spiral on the helical model throughout their introduction or initiation, conflict, problems, maintenance, and finally, termination. Let's begin the video.
Hey kids, how you boys doing? Hey, keep chilling. You know who we are? We're associates of your business partner, Marcellus Wallace. You do remember your business partner, don't you? Now let me take a wild guess here. You're Brett, right?
Yeah.
I thought so.
We just saw the initiation stage of Jules and Brett's relationship. The most relatable model to this situation is Altman and Taylor's social penetration theory. A good way to understand this theory is to think of interpersonal relationships as the layers of an onion.
The onion theory has 5 basic stages. The first is orientation, in which individuals make small talk. The next one we see is the exploratory affective stage, where the individuals express moderate opinions about relatively vague topics. After that is the affective stage, in which individuals discuss private and personal matters.
Towards the end of this model, we see the stable stage. This is when the relationship reaches a stable plateau where the deepest values are shared. This can last a long time, or, in Jules and Brett's case, a few minutes. The last stage we see is the deep penetration stage. In this case, the deep penetration stage is Brett dying and Jules moving on with his life.
Keep an eye out for text boxes throughout the video, alerting you to specific parts of the onion theory of social penetration.
You remember your business partner, Marcellus Wallace, don't you, Brett?
Yeah, I remember.
Good. Looks like me and Vincent caught you boys at breakfast. Sorry about that. What you having?
Hamburgers.
Hamburgers! The cornerstone of any nutritious breakfast. What kind of hamburgers?
Cheeseburgers.
No. Where'd you get them? McDonald's, Wendy's, Jack in the Box, where?
Big Kahuna Burger.
Big Kahuna Burger. That's that Hawaiian burger joint. I hear they got some tasty burgers. I ain't never had one myself. How are they?
They're good.
You mind if I try one of yours? This is yours here, right? Yeah. This is a tasty burger. Vincent, you ever had a Big Kahuna Burger? Want a bite? They're real tasty.
Ain't hungry.
Well, if you like burgers, give them a try sometime. Me? I can't usually get them because my girlfriend's a vegetarian, which pretty much makes me a vegetarian. But I do love the taste of a good burger. You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in France?
No.
Tell them, Vincent.
Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese. You know why they call it that?
Because of the metric system?
Check out the big brain on Brad. You're a smart motherfucker, that's right. The metric system. Send this.
Sprite.
Sprite, good. You mind if I have some of your tasty beverage to wash this down?
Go right ahead.
That hit the spot. You, flock of seagulls. You know why we're here? Why don't you tell my man Vince here where you got your shit hid at?
It's over there.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. You were saying?
It's in the cupboard. No, the one by your knees.
We happy? Vincent! We happy?
Yeah, we happy. Look.
You may have noticed an air of tension rising throughout this scene. At this point, the tension peaks and outright conflict begins.
Brett begins the conflict by attempting to accommodate Jules' anger and pacify the situation with an apology. This is a classic conflict style, particularly for someone who is in a position of weakness or intimidation. It is usually the counterpoint to the competing style of conflict.
The competing style is a style in which one's own needs are advocated over the needs of others. It relies on an aggressive style of communication, low regard for future relationships, and the exercise of coercive power. Watch for Brett's accommodative apology and Jules' aggressive response as the scene progresses.
I'm sorry. I didn't get your name. I got yours, Vincent, right? But I never got your...
My name's Pitt, and your ass ain't talking your way out of this shit.
No. I just want you to know how... I just want you to know how sorry we are that things got so fucked up with us and Mr. Wallace. We got into this thing with the best intentions, really. I never...
Some might call that murder. For today's purposes, we will call it abuse. Abuse of Flock of Seagulls, and mental and emotional abuse of Brett.
Jules is using abuse to exert and maintain his power over Brett and the conversation. This is one symptom of a major relationship problem. In the next section of video, we will also see an appearance by Bulmer's hurtful messages.
Bulmer's hurtful messages are examples of conversation with hurtful subtext. They can be easily observed in relationships with an imbalanced locus of power. Over the next section, keep an eye out for instances of Jules using accusation, questioning, and threatening to abuse Brett.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration? I didn't mean to do that. Please, continue. You were saying something about best intentions? What's the matter? Oh, you were finished. Oh, well, allow me to retort. What does Marcellus Wallace look like?
What?
What country you from?
What?
What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?
What?
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Yes.
Then you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Describe what Marcellus Wallace looks like.
What?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
Throughout this video, Jules has crossed lots of normal boundaries and reestablished the boundaries of his relationship with Brett in a much less balanced manner. The boundary maintenance that he incites is violent and threatening and basically puts him in an omnipotent position in their relationship.
In a study of hazing from 2000, Schwab states, for boundary maintenance to be successful, the elite must work together to limit others' access to valuable resources. End quote. In terms of the communication in this situation, the valuable resource is power. Jules uses violence and intimidation to limit Brett's access to equality in their relationship. We can see excellent examples of this during the entire video, beginning with Jules eating Brett's food, continuing through shooting Flock of Seagulls, and flipping the table, and culminating finally in threatening with and using his gun on Brett.
He's black.
Go on.
He's bald.
Does he look like a bitch?
What?
Does he look like a bitch?
No!
Then why you try to fuck him like a bitch, Brett?
He didn't.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Brett. You tried to fuck him. And Marcellus Wallace don't like to be fucked by anybody except Mrs. Wallace.
If you have seen this video before, you are well aware that this relationship was doomed from the moment Vince and Jules knocked on the door. At this point, we've come to the last stage of Jules and Brett's relationship, termination. Unfortunately for Brett, that means termination.
In a day or two, Brett's family will be going through Kubler and Ross's stages of grief. Since this is a business relationship between gangsters, we shouldn't apply that or Duck's phases of dissolution, but we can apply one of Duck's topographical models of dissolution. The one that fits this situation best is the model of pre-existing doom.
Duck explains that in this model, couples who are badly matched from the start, no matter the initiation action involved, cannot overcome personal differences. The argument could be made that the model of mechanical failure, in which communication breaks down, would also be appropriate. However, no matter which process you apply, the end result is Brett getting shot. Many times. As you are about to see.
You read the Bible, Brett? Yes. Well, there's this passage I got memorized. Sort of fits this occasion. Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Today we've seen the cornerstone of any nutritious breakfast, a flock of seagulls, learned of a country called What that does apparently speak English, and heard an inspiring verse from God's good word, slightly altered of course to be extra badass. But what does it all teach us? Among other things, don't mess with Marcellus Wallace. But also that recognizing relationship systems, types of initiation, conflict management tactics and styles, relationship problems, relationship maintenance, what leads to termination, and termination styles can help you keep from getting terminated like Brett. If only he would have paid attention in interpersonal communication class, instead of skipping every day to go to Big Kahuna Burger.